This is the new Dell Inspiron 7620, and this 16-inch laptop is actually a 2-in-1. Now I know you have questions, is it too big to be used as a tablet? How's the performance? What's the price? How is the stylus? Well, I'll tell you everything, but the focus is obviously on this design and the form factor, so let's start with that. This is the laptop and it has a very premium design. I mean, it has a metal build all around, be it the lid or the chassis, and this just feels like a well-built laptop. There's no flex, be it on the keyboard or the lid. The hinge feels solid and there is no creaks or sounds when you flip over the screen to go into tablet mode. I also like that the interior metal finish has a very smooth touch surface that feels, well, smooth. Now this is a big laptop and at 2.1 kgs, this isn't exactly what I had in mind when it comes to 2-in-1 laptops. I mean, you'll probably use it in tablet mode, but I think you'll prefer using this on a table. You can also use it in the different modes you get with a 2-in-1 form factor: stand mode while playing games, or tent mode while watching movies and shows. The tent mode is actually great because first, it has a killer display, and second, it has great speakers. This variant comes with a 4K OLED display with the usual 60Hz refresh rate, but there's 400 nits of brightness and 100% DCI-P3 coverage. Now this is a 4K OLED panel, so blacks look absolutely stunning here. The colors are obviously vibrant and nice, and it's a sharp display. I mean, it looks really good when watching movies and shows, and I like that it gets fairly bright too. There's even HDR and Dolby Vision support, and it shows in shows like Our Planet on Netflix. Now I told you about the great speakers, right? Well, there's actually a quad speaker setup in this laptop. There are 2 front-firing speakers next to the keyboard and there are 2 bottom-firing speakers right here. Now this whole setup just gets amazingly loud, and I also like how detailed and crisp the sound is. That's all, there's even some bass in the sound. To put it better, this is one of the more fantastic laptop speaker setups I've heard, and the laptop comes with the Max Audio Pro app, which lets you tune the sound according to you. Apart from the multimedia angle of the screen, the touch here is responsive and it just felt like using a good touch screen. This also has 100% DCI-P3 coverage and it looks very color accurate, so you can use it to edit photos or even videos. I also like the 16:10 aspect ratio, which makes sense in the tablet mode, be it while reading or while drawing with the pen. Now this stylus, aka the Dell Active Pen, comes in the box with this laptop, and these are the specs of the pen. Now this is a pen that can be used by creators or even students. The drawing and noting experience with this pen is actually good. I did not notice any lag or latency while using it, and the palm rejection is good too. This is a pressure sensitive pen, and that too works without any problems. I also like the design of this pen because this fits in the hand perfectly, and there are also these 2 buttons. One of them can be used for selecting something, the second one can be used to switch between drawing and erasing, and you can also customize the functions of these buttons in the Dell Peripheral Manager app. Let's talk about the specs now. The Inspiron 7620 is an Intel Evo certified laptop, and it comes in 2 variants: an Intel Core i5 variant with an integrated GPU and a Core i7 variant with a dedicated discrete GPU, and yeah, we have the latter. This has the 12th Gen Core i7 1260p series chipset, which has 12 cores including 4 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores, which means the CPU can free up the performance cores when using intensive apps or games, while the background apps keep running in the efficiency cores. There's also 16 threads with Intel Thread Director, which makes sure the right app goes to the right core. Apart from that, there's 12 MB of cache and the max clock speed is 4.7 GHz. The GPU is the entry-level NVIDIA MX550 with 50 to 25 watt of TGP and 2GB VRAM. The RAM is a dual-channel 16GB DDR4 unit, while the storage is a 1TB PCI Gen 3 SSD. Now, I would have honestly liked a faster DDR5 RAM and Gen 4 SSD, especially since they are soldered here, but it is what it is. Anyway, these are the SSD speeds of the laptop, and we also ran some benchmark tests, and these are the Cinebench scores, both single-core and multi-core. These are the Geekbench scores, and yeah, these scores are good, and they kind of show that this laptop should handle most of the regular tasks you throw at it. I mean, I showed you Photoshop on the laptop, and Photoshop on this is a very smooth experience even with multiple layers. The laptop works flawlessly even when using daily usage apps. Here is Chrome with 15 tabs open, 3 4K videos playing, apps like Paint.net and Geekbench open in the background. And when I check the CPU usage, it's very low. The RAM usage is a bit higher, but it's not a problem at all because everything is smooth and nice. If you ask me, this should do well even with intensive apps. Now, MX550 isn't exactly a gaming GPU, but it can handle some casual games. This is CSGO at high settings at 1080p resolution, and the FPS is generally around 120, which is very good for what is not exactly a gaming laptop. I mean, this will not handle heavy games, but yeah, some casual gaming should be fine. As for the thermals, there is a silent fan which remains quiet most of the time, and there are 6 small air intake vents beneath the hinge, and there are some more vents at the bottom. Moving on, one cool thing about this laptop is that it has a Full HD 1080p webcam and not a 720p one like most laptops. Plus there's a physical webcam shutter here, and this is also a Windows Hello camera, so you can use it to unlock the laptop. It's the 1080p camera in action, and along with the higher resolution and fairly good video quality, I like that the field of view is fairly wide as well. Apart from that, about the mic quality, let us know what you think in the comments down below. The keyboard is a chiclet one, and it is a backlit keyboard with 2 brightness levels. Now I like the keyboard layout, the additional shortcuts for volume, brightness, and I like how the keys feel. The key travel is satisfying and there's very good feedback. However, since the palm rest area is big, I felt the keyboard is a bit on the upper side, which does result in some errors. The trackpad is huge though, and it's smooth and great to use. There's also a fingerprint scanner here, which is fast and consistent. When it comes to ports, the left has the HDMI 1.4 port, which is capped at 1080p 60Hz. There's a USB A 3.2 Gen 1 port and a couple of Thunderbolt 4 ports, with one of them supporting DisplayPort and PD charging. On the right, there's a 3.5mm combo jack and a USB A port, and also an SD card reader, which is a nice touch. The battery is an 87 watt unit with a 65 watt USB-C charger bundled. Now Dell claims up to 9 hours of battery life from this variant, and in our usage the battery lasted for around 7 to 8 hours, which is still very good. Coming to the pricing now, the Core i5 variant of this laptop costs Rs 90,490, and the Core i7 variant we have costs Rs 1,27,490. Now at this price, the Inspiron 16 7620 brings a lot of big highlights. The big 16-inch 4K OLED is obviously a key factor, and it looks absolutely stunning. The quad speakers are also a big differentiator. I also like the design looks premium and feels solid. The performance also seems to be on point, and I like that Dell went with a 1080p camera. Plus Dell bundles this pen in the box, which makes it a good package for students as well as creative professionals. Now there are obviously a couple of quirks. The weight is obviously one, and the second is a faster RAM would have been nicer, but overall this is obviously a premium 2-in-1, and it just feels that way. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it makes sense at its price? Comment down below. Also give this video a like and make sure to share it and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos, and do not forget that bell icon. Thanks for watching. Let's see you in the next one.
5 iOS 16 features that Android really needs. You can just crop yourself from a picture with a long press and